It is Mary.
And
Remember to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. We hope everybody is having a beautiful day. To all of our subscribers, today,
and all of those who watch us.
thank you so much for the channel. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, watching, your likes, your
And
comments, everything.
yes.
The comments keep us going,
And also
they're so hilarious.
the shows that you want us to do.
We are going to be doing them.
Yes,
Do not to worry.
Someone told us to start watching Bachelor in Paradise.
And also
And
Bad
we
Hair
did.
Day, and then I think someone said
so we're
British
gonna look-
Cook-Off.
Yeah, so we're gonna
So-
look at some of the things and start doing those.
Yes, but we are eternally grateful to you guys for everything. But we're going to get right into it today. We're going to basically be talking about the Kardashians. A lot of you guys have been talking about, are you guys going to do Kardashians? We've been doing it, honey. You just have to go to the channel. But
Yes.
it's on the channel. When you go to the channel, whatever, you scroll down and you look at our playlist.
Yes.
The Kardashians is there, I think, right at
Yeah, we've been
under...
doing that for almost a year. No, we started this year, I think.
Yeah, we started this year. We did season 1, and then we did season 1 of the Kardashians, and then we started doing season 2. So we're going to continue it for you guys, of course.
Yes.
But we're going to start with Chloe. We're going to do her, and then we're going to talk about Courtney to end on a high note.
Yeah, we'll end with Courtney.
Yes. Oh my God. I don't know. I burped. Sorry. But yes, I think the whole thing with Tristan has been very interesting. Apparently, he proposed to her, but she had. I guess she said that she didn't. She didn't even tell her family.
She did not tell her family. I'm so happy she didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
She had some sense to say, you know something.
Well, she didn't
I
feel
can't trust
secure.
This man. Exactly.
She didn't feel secure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's so heartbreaking when somebody cheats on you during your pregnancy. Like, I don't think, like, I feel like that's
I don't know how
almost
you
the
get over
lowest
that.
thing
Yeah.
that you could do to somebody.
Yeah.
When you go and you cheat on them when they're pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, besides beating somebody, I think it's definitely really one of the lowest things for sure. And then that's the pain that you don't get over because you're, like, so vulnerable. Like, that's supposed to be at a time where you guys are at the best time of your relationship.
Did you say she? It's
She
so
said-
cute. I looked over there and it looked like trees are moving, but these two little kids carry. Do you see them? Do you see the tree?
Oh,
It looks
oh
like
my
the tree is
God.
moving, and I was like, "Am I seeing something?" The tree is moving because they're totally these two little kids.
I just love it
totally
here.
covered
Yeah.
with these tree branches.
I just love it here.
So cute.
But
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that she didn't tell anybody because I
Yes.
feel like, he hasn't proven himself
No.
for real.
No.
I mean, and
And did she have the baby early?
she had the baby, I think she said she had the baby almost 4 weeks early because of all the stress.
Yeah, so-
So it's really just, she obviously was underneath a lot of stress or whatever.
There's no getting over that.
There's no getting over it. And I just personally feel like she should have just left him. I don't think she should have had another baby. But I do think that they have this weird thought process that you should have all your kids with one man. Look at Sierra.
I think it started with
Kim.
Kim.
I do believe it started with Kim.
and then it was like, oh, okay, then yeah, we'll do that too.
Yeah, I
So-
feel like it's rubbish. Because look at
It's
Sierra
rubbish,
and
yeah.
Russell. I mean, that's her husband. That is her husband. He is secure. He has secured her. He
Yes.
has bought all of her masters.
Secured her first son, future.
And even her baby father's kids.
Yes, because those are his siblings,
Yes.
and he doesn't want him to
have to deal with that.
Like, so he wants all of them to be on a level. So he's like, he has established just trust for their education
Yeah.
through college. All of his 9 half siblings,
Yeah.
and he has just done this because he doesn't want them later on in life to be asking future for money
Yeah.
because they did not have the same opportunities as he got, being his
Yeah.
son. So, I mean, that is a man.
A man who's thinking about
of
legacy.
everything. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So-
you just having this babies
With somebody
by
who's
the
so
same
toxic,
irresponsible person, no.
it's
Don't
not.
do
It
that
doesn't make
no more.
sense. You go
Don't
to
do
a
that.
man who is serious
That's
about life,
rubbish.
who loves you, who's about legacy, and who cares about you.
I know.
Like a Travis.
I know.
Like when I just think
I
of
can't tell
them,
it
it
enough.
just makes me want to just start crying because it's so beautiful, their
It really
relationship.
is.
But let's focus on Chloe first, and then
Yes.
we'll get to the good part. But yes, but also I just felt like it was very odd that Kim it's like she kept on talking about herself, but then she was like,
I think it was projecting.
I think she was projecting. She was like, I feel like you hold a lot of stuff in. Kim, you also hold a lot of stuff in. Let's be honest.
I mean,
and then she was like, Kendall and Kylie are really worried about you because you're so skinny. Kim, honey, you're almost skinny.
Have you looked at yourself?
They're both like they're kind of like
almost anorexic. Like,
it's really bridging on anorexic. Like they're skinnier than Kendall, who's the model. And the thing is, it looks really bad on them because I feel like Kim has always had natural curves. She might not have had the butt naturally, but she always had breasts. She always had hips.
She always had hips.
She had hips.
Sure.
I mean.
She always had hips. She had a little butt there.
Yeah, she did. But she always had that whatever.
Yeah.
So now it looks odd on you guys because you guys naturally are not supposed to be that skinny.
Yeah.
Kendall, it looks normal on her.
Yeah.
But I feel like both of them have really gone to a serious extreme. And I don't know what's going on. I feel like what's going on with Kim is the whole Kanye thing. That has been quite traumatic.
I don't think she's really even
I don't think she's gotten over that.
I don't think she has healed from that, but she is going to work her way through.
Where's the cane? Okay. But yeah, I feel like she has not healed from that. I feel like she has been through a lot. I feel like the whole Ray J thing.
We don't even know.
Yeah.
Especially as someone who is obsessed with you, as Kanye was with her.
Yeah, I remember when she was saying that they were having sex almost like 10 times a day. That cannot be pleasing for any woman. I don't care how good the sex is.
And I feel
like you need
after
rest.
a while, you're going to just skin rubbing on skin and all this stuff.
And doesn't give you time to kind of, But yeah, and then you turn around, like she's thinking that this guy is her best friend or whatever, and then he turns around when they get divorced. He's like now like her enemy, slut shaming her.
Muse and like putting you up on some kind of pedestal. Like you can't even really just be yourself.
Because he has this expectation of you.
He can't truly see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he always seemed to be like in a mood. Like moody. Like everyone kind of knew that about him.
Yeah.
And they all had to kind of compromise and distorts themselves or walk on eggshells. Like
yeah,
with that mess.
I feel like Kim and Chloe have both been through a lot of stuff, and I feel like the men they've been with has definitely damaged them.
Yeah.
I feel like I know Chloe was saying that she's resilient, but I feel like she is resilient in the way that she keeps on getting back up. Yeah. But I don't think she's resilient like emotionally and mentally, because I feel like she has definitely, like if we really look back and think about season 1 of Chloe, vastly different. Yeah. Like she is having anxiety. I've never known her to have anxiety. Yeah. Like she is now so concerned about what people think of her. And I remember she was basically, everybody called her the ugly duckling. And it's like, she loses weight, she, gets better or whatever, stuff like that. And she thinks
gets
that
more attention.
Yeah, and she's thinking that I'm going to have a good man now. She's probably thinking because she was the size she was that she got the man she got with Lamar, who was basically like this drug addict who was cheating on her, all this stuff. She's thinking maybe I'll get slimmer and maybe I'll have somebody who's decent just for this man to be a serial cheater. Yeah. But I feel like that's why I don't feel like she's resilient up here, because it's not like she has dealt with it. No. She's buried it, but it changes you as a person.
You have to listen.
It really changed her.
Your stuff at the age that you're in right now, or you can deal with it when you're in your 80s. At some point, you got to deal with the same stuff.
Yeah.
Until you've healed from it, it's going to continue to show up.
Facts.
In different ways, in the decisions you make and the people you hang around, it's going to show up. And I just feel like, though, Kim was projecting quite a bit on, what's going on with her. She was projecting that on
Courtney,
Chloe.
On Chloe, yeah.
And when I also think about Kim with Kanye, he was so obsessed with her body.
It's like
so obsessed with her body, and I feel like, now when we see her, like they're in California, that girl covered all the way up, like covered. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, she's really been covered a lot lately.
Just cover all of it. It's as if he kind of like fetishized. Fetishized her body. Her body. You know what I'm saying? And that can never let anybody feel good.
No.
Nobody wants
because
to
you
be
don't feel like a
fetish
person.
for
You
their
feel like they
husband.
just see this, but they don't see you
They
here.
don't see you.
And I don't.
But that's what he did with her body, and now it just seems to me, and I don't even know if she's even conscious of it.
Yeah.
I mean, before she met Kanye, she wasn't someone who was always wearing things, like
She never
showing
really,
her
she
body
never showed
like
her
that.
body like
She
that.
never was
It
someone who
wasn't
did
until
that.
Kanye got with her. Because I remember
He was so obsessed with her. He wanted her to show everything, but he wanted the men to say, "Ooh, look at what he got. Look at what he's sleeping with."
Well, the thing is, he also said in an interview before that, he said, I believe that, when I was with Kim or whatever, I always felt like, she had to look a certain way, that she had to look like this video vixen or whatever, because all the other rappers were dating like video vixen or whatever, and I just wanted her to look like that. But now, like me being a man of God, I don't want my wife to be showing everything. That was when she was going to the Met Gala, and she was wearing that blue outfit, and all that stuff. Like, I thought she looked really good during that Met Gala.
I remember
but
that rubbish.
And then even Kim was like, you built me up to be this like sex siren or sex symbol, and now you want me to sit here and cover it up. Like, what's wrong with you?
And I think now she's just kind of finding her style.
Yeah.
But I think there's still remnants of that, because the way she's covering up, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna cover up. But even the outfits that she wears, the colors are kind of severe. The cut
it's
is
kind of
severe.
somber. Yeah, very somber.
You know what I'm saying? And so
there's no color, there's no liveliness. She used to wear a lot more color. And me personally,
that style that I was just like, oh, so she got a lot. They both.
Personally, as a fashion designer, I feel like it's, as a fashion designer, I feel like a lot of the time, people go with just black because it's safe. It's a safe color. It's not, everybody cannot do color. It is not easy to do color. Like, even when I was looking at some of the fashion shows this season, it was like a lot of people wearing blacks and whites, tans and stuff like that. Like, it's not easy to do color. So I feel like she goes with that because, one, it's safe, but also she doesn't want to look crazy, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe she sees that she's going skinny. Maybe the black covers that. Because
Kim, you still look skinny regardless. Just have a couple sandwiches, darling. But yeah, her and Chloe do not look well. I feel like they have been through a lot. And I feel like Kim, she also needs to address it instead of trying to project it onto Chloe.
They're trying to mammy everybody.
Well, because she doesn't want anybody to talk about her stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's what I believe.
Like, they're mammying everybody instead of just focusing on your own trauma. And maybe you being vulnerable, Kim, will help Chloe to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you just telling her, oh, but you're so strong and whatever. It's like, okay, she can come and hug you, but you haven't really helped her. What will help her is you being honest
and vulnerable.
But I don't even think that she has to be honest with herself first. And
she hasn't done that either.
I don't think she has reached that spot.
I think they both need to be in therapy because they're
separately,
not going to
handle
absolutely
each other's stuff and then come together to kind of talk about what you're learning and stuff like that in therapy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, she even did. I mean, well, I think Kendall was also very concerned for her because she went to go do, a brain test or whatever, and she was so offended that they said that she's not resilient. Well, like I said, you're not resilient mentally because you have a very pessimistic outlook on the world. Yeah. And that's not resilient. Resilient is like you handle stuff. You get over it, but you handle it. You deal with it and you heal from it. That's what I think of when I think of resilience. I feel like you bury it. You bury it.
Yes, to actually
and then cover it up.
Emotions. You have to be willing to feel those emotions no matter what they are. Cry about it. Let that healing come.
That's the only way that Courtney was able to heal because she was crying all the time. Remember?
She really was.
She was crying at the drop of a hat and she was never emotional.
Yes, she never used to. And then all of a sudden,
she was crying at the drop of a hat. You guys are just so mean. Like, it is like you guys are bad for my health. Like, my therapist says you guys are not good for me. And then they started hating the therapist. Like, this damn therapist is making us the enemy.
But not only that, it was like, who is this? And in fact, Chloe even said,
like, who are you?
And then they were like, first of all, you're the one who was more sarcastic than us. Now all of a sudden it bothers you.
Yeah.
And you're crying like they did, but she was going through that therapy, going through her
Healing. Yeah.
And once you do that, then you can truly
find love.
You're resonating on a different, higher vibration. Then that love can come in for you.
Yeah. So I feel that's what they both need to do. They need to be vulnerable. They need to open up. And even if it's not on camera, that's fine.
That's fine.
But heal. Go to therapy. Yeah. Actually deal with that stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And
so that's what I feel.
Too. She just seems...
I'm shocked she's
young. She's still young.
Yeah.
How old is she? She like, what, 25, 26?
I feel like she's either my age or younger.
No, Kylie's older than me.
But she might be 25, I think.
Yeah, Kylie's.
But I remember being shocked when she was pregnant. I was like, she's almost my age. I was like, she has 2 kids.
I mean, you can look it up, but
yeah. So
I mean, if she is 25 or younger, then okay, she has time.
She still has healing to do.
26 and above, because she hasn't come into her own self yet. Probably doesn't really know what she wants yet.
Yeah.
You know, at the stage that she's in.
Yeah, but Kendall was really worried for her or whatever because she... Yeah, well, we already talked about that. But yes, let's talk about Courtney. Oh my God. Every single time I talk about them, it just gives me hope for love. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember, I am going to wait for a love like that. Every time I feel impatience, I literally look at them. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. Or I look at Sierra and Russell. You know?
Yes, those are couple goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she is looking at wedding planning, at wedding dresses. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But yes, they were looking at wedding dresses or whatever and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I think her her assistant was like, "Oh my God, girl, we're all stressed. You know, I know you're not stressed now, but just wait because you're going to be stressed." And she's like, "Why would I be stressed?"
Yes.
And she's like, "Well, because this is something that everybody always thinks about." She said, "I literally never thought of a wedding until today."
Yeah, and I will not be thinking about being stressed.
Yeah, so she really just shut that down, and that's what I love about.
Because she knows who she is now.
Yeah,
she has done the work. She has healed.
Yeah.
And she's able to articulate what she's feeling and not... And she even
was like, it sounds like you're projecting your stuff onto me, baby girl.
And she was like, oh, yes.
Well, maybe I am. But...
Look, and you sound still stressed.
Yeah.
But you're married, though. That's a little worry.
Yeah, but I feel like with Courtney, I feel like that's how it should be. I don't get the whole thing about weddings being stressful. God forbid I have a stressful wedding. Like, because I feel like it's such a beautiful time. You found the love of your life. You're starting a family. You're starting life.
I don't care what happens there.
I honestly don't care. Like, the whole place can go up can be set on fire. Where my man at? Where my man at? Are we good? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I feel like the wedding is just a wedding. I feel like you start worrying about the wedding when that's what all you have to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
when
how I feel.
The relationship is not that great.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I could be wrong, whatever, but I feel like when you really have found your soulmates, everything's easy. Like everything can be going to shit, but it doesn't matter because you have the person who you know is going to be there for a lifetime, and that's where Courtney is, which is why it's like so beautiful. Because I mean, why I don't want weddings to be stressful. I always said that I'm going to elope with 6 people on the beach. My mama. My brother and whoever his family is, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that Courtney is not trying to be stressed. She knows who she is. She's coming to her own or whatever. Yeah. And I think I feel like Chloe and Kim will get there. I mean, she's the older sister, so it's good that they have this example now.
Exactly, in front of them.
Yeah. But also, I thought it was so cute when Chris was coming over with her boyfriend Corey. And basically, she was like, well, my mother's going to be here in 10 minutes. And he, like, picks her up, and we're all thinking, well, they're about to go do the boom, 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 boom. And he just goes, and he just massages her and gets her kinks out. And I felt like he was massaging her because he could sense it. He knows that can be a stressful topic for her. Yeah. So he wanted to make sure that she was relaxed before her mom came.
He covers her. And even, like, when they went into the pool, and she was there, and she thought he was going to push her. Well, she didn't think he was going to push her in. But she says to him, you're the only person
I know who wouldn't push
me in.
And he said, no, I would never do that to
Yeah.
you. And I
So
just thought
like,
it was so sweet.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to like
push her,
even in a
playful way.
jest.
No,
he doesn't want to do that.
He doesn't want to push
do
her.
anything that's gonna potentially harm you. I love the way he covers her. Like, your mom is coming. I know that might be a little trigger. Let me massage you.
Yeah.
Let me kiss you.
Let me love on you.
And even like when they go, and I love the way like he's very subtle with it. He's protective of her, but he doesn't come out in your face.
He doesn't come. It's not aggressive, but it's really subtle. Like, you wouldn't even catch it.
You wouldn't even catch it.
You'll be like,
that's the good thing about that.
But also it makes you be like, well, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're thinking about shading her, you'll think twice because you're like,
but
well,
Corey was like saying something.
You guys are always up on each other,
or
whatever.
He was just like, like in a way to kind of shut you up, like.
Well, but he also backs her up. Like, if they're like trying to come at her, he'll double down and be like, "Yeah, of course. I mean, that's my woman or whatever." So that's what I really like about them. And then the mom
asks her something when she's talking, because usually when she's trying to talk, some of the other family overtalk her.
Yeah.
And then she's not able to finish her point. But what he does to cover, he pays complete attention to her.
Yeah.
So
he just makes her feel seen.
If nobody else is looking at my baby, I'm looking at her. I'm listening, baby.
And that's what matters. And then also,
and I love that. It's kind of like what a woman will do, like with her husband, and when he's talking, and he's like,
yeah.
And that's what he does with her.
And it's so beautiful.
Her. It is.
And then also when they were talking about the PDA or whatever, some of that, and she was like, the thing is, it's not like we even try to do it, like just to, do it for the world or whatever, but it's literally like we can't control ourselves. Like, we don't know what it is. And, I want to be...
I know you cannot control yourself. But trust me, when you're in that age group, you guys will know, those who have been in their late 30s and their 40s, and early 50s, Lord. My
mama keep talking about this, Lord.
Because, I think it's something that women don't talk about.
Yeah.
We will talk about the guys, they have, like, when they're young, teenagers or whatever, in their early 20s, But I don't think women never come out and talk about this. That this is a real problem. It can be a real problem. But I don't know if we're too embarrassed, maybe, to just say...
Well, it's a patriarchal country. They don't want to hear about women being extremely horny in their 40s.
Especially older,
don't make
right?
Me print, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because they... Look, at that age, I guess...
They'll say that...
We should not be having sex, but somehow...
Or that they're dried up,
somehow God made us that, maybe it's a good thing, too. So we're not, like, in our 20s acting the plum fool, But
I feel like God did that to the men so that it forces them to settle down early. That's why it's important for women, I feel,
and
not to give in.
We can have our babies, and by the time we get to that age, now we can be enjoying
the fruits of our marriage.
And I'm telling you, yes, that does occur.
Yeah, but also I feel like it's because they're so much in love with each other, and that he just wants to... I feel like because also... I think there's 9 love language. I feel like also affection and care is one of them. I feel like I think what was it? One was acts of service. I think one is affection. I think one is I can't remember. I can't remember all the love languages, but I know those 2 for sure because they're mine. But but I feel like it's that he always wants to make sure that she knows in every single way that I love you. Like, I feel like he hits every all 9 love languages.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Attention, affection.
You.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yes.
It's like he does that in everything that he does.
Yeah.
Just love it. Just love it. And
and
something?
He just shows up for her.
That's a love worth waiting on.
I know.
Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. I'm telling you all out there, women, don't be in a rush.
Girl, because you don't want to go and get divorced. You don't want to have to deal with that heartache. You want to just have that one person and then just let it be it.
And then
this is your person.
And you get married. And now you're stuck. And then you see a couple like that. And you're like...
You just want to die.
I mean, we don't have to have the same exact... My man does have to act like Travis. But you want to feel...
Like he sees you. He validates you. He loves you.
Feel that.
Yeah.
In however way he does it in whatever your love language is.
Yeah, for sure.
Every woman wants that, you know?
He gives her everything she needs. I think that he gives her things that she didn't even know that she needed. I can talk about them all day.
She has done the work and he has done the work.
When you heal, love comes your way.
Went through that accident, you know? I'm sure he went through a lot of therapy just to understand, like, why am I still here? I was spared, you know? How come, you know?
Yeah. I just think it's just beautiful. It's wonderful. I just love them. And I think it's the highlight of the Kardashians.
So much at peace.
You can just see it. It's all over her face. You know, and I really, honestly, I would love to see more of them. No shade to anybody else, but I would love to just have a show of Courtney and Travis. But I feel like she will want to have her space, whatever. Yeah. But can we please see more of Courtney and Travis on the Kardashians? Like, can I get an amen in the comment section? Amen. Because I mean, like, sometimes people just want to see positive, good things. You know, I want to see that's in love. You know, I don't want to hear about Tristan cheating all the time. I want to see some good happiness. Give me hope. Give me hope, child. But yes, y'all, it's Mary. Please, like, subscribe, share,
and comment
down below.